Yay. Okay, we're live. Hello, welcome. Happy Monday, everyone. As you hop on, say hello so I can say hello back to you. Let me know if you're catching this live or the replay. My name is Hannah, and I'm a women's mindset and emotional freedom coach. And what I do is I help women really elevate and rise to their next level. I help them really step into their power and embody their next level so that they can then get the aligned results that come along with that. So today what I want to be speaking briefly about is expansion and how to consciously choose it and what it looks like and what it opens up for us. And the first thing we need to understand is that life is always responding to us. This is the first mindset shift we have to make when we're choosing to be empowered. So instead of being in a victim mindset of feeling like life is happening to us, we choose to get out ahead of it. We choose to be proactive and understand that we're not reacting to life. Life is responding to us. I see some people hopping on live. Say hello so I can see your names and say hello to you, gorgeous. Let me grab a sip of my water. So that's the first mindset shift, understanding that. And when we really grasp that, life gets to be a really fun game because we realize, well, I'm limitless and life is always responding to me and life is always supporting me in whatever I choose. So I can literally choose anything and life will show up and match that and support me in it. But why is it not so simple for so many people? Well, because we complicate it, right? And the reasons we complicate it is because of all the things we've been taught, right? So I want you to think of a little child. When you're a little baby, you expect your needs to be met. You expect to be loved and adored. You expect to be cared for. You expect to be delighted in. You expect to receive. But then when we are dealing with our human parents who are humans, we start to perceive limitations, right? We have needs and desires that aren't getting met the way we desire them to be met. And so then we go through life, through all these experiences, all these disappointments, and we let humans and their imperfection as humans dictate what we think we get to receive and how life works. So then we're gathering all these ideas that life is difficult, that we're not supported, that when we desire something, we aren't able to receive it, that when we need support, it might not be given. And then what that does is that hinders us from actually going after what we want, what we actually desire. We don't actually choose. So it really doesn't need to be difficult, right? We are truly, truly supported in whatever we choose. It's a matter of what are we choosing. So as adults, when we want to step into our power, we have to really unprogram. We have to deprogram ourselves, decondition from all the things we've picked up that told us we can't have what we want. So when we choose to expand, it is making a conscious choice. It's choosing to step back into your power, back into the driver's seat and say, you know what? I'm a limitless being. I am infinite. And life is here to support me. And I go first. And when I make that big move, and when I take that leap, and when I act on faith, when I choose what I desire, when I choose to follow my heart, life will come in and support me. Therefore, I don't need to see the full path ahead in order to feel safe to expand. But the fear comes in, and it's understandable. Our human will always experience fear because our human wants to predict things. But that is the very thing that will keep you stuck. If you want predictable results, keep doing what you're doing. You can look out to your outer reality, and that is evidence of what doing what you're doing will get you. And that is fine if you're happy there. But if you are desiring more, if you are looking to your outside world and you're like, I don't like this, I want something different. Or even if you're looking to your outside world and you're like, this is great, but I know I'm capable of more. I would like more. I wonder what that looks like. Well, then you have to go first. But it takes really having that faith and really trusting and believing that when we jump, when we leap, when we go first, life meets us. It's like I heard this story, and I'm probably going to butcher it a little bit, but I'll give you the gist of it, about baby elephants in the circus, how when they're little, when they're babies, they have a chain around their ankle, so they learn in their mind that they can't go far. They know their little perimeter, right? They know their limit. But when they get to be adults, they just switch it to a rope that a giant elephant could easily snap and break free of. But they don't even bother because they're so conditioned to not being free. They're so conditioned to only having this much freedom. And this happens to us as humans. We truly have limitless potential. We truly can be, do, or have whatever we want. We are stronger, more capable, more wise, more supported than we know. But we don't ever test the limits. So when you want to expand, when you want to welcome in more, you have to choose to feel the fear and do it anyway. You have to choose to let the fear fuel you. When you feel fear, it's a sign that you're expanding, which is a good thing. That's what you want. But so many people, they feel the fear and they're like, "Ooh, that doesn't feel good." And then they just revert back. And that is a recipe to stay stagnant. And actually, what I see more often than not is not only do you stay stagnant, it actually becomes a negative spiral downwards where it actually gets worse, right? It gets more heavy, it gets more dense, it gets more restrictive. And that is the opposite of freedom. So creating freedom and creating success and choosing to expand needs to start with a firm decision. And it's not one of those things where you can be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If you're like that, that split energy, you're staying stuck, that is not making a clear choice. Making a clear, firm choice means you choose to leap and you don't look back. Like burning all the boats, right? Hello to everyone hopping on. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So when you want to expand, you have to get comfortable with not knowing. And it's, like I said earlier, it takes unlearning everything we've learned about life and understanding that what we've learned about life, what's been taught to us, is taught by other humans who in their humanity are limited to their logic and only can see so much. So we only access a tiny, tiny amount of our power and our potential when we operate off logic. When we trust that there's a whole universe here to support us, we start tapping into vast potential, our full potential, when we understand that we go first and life comes in to support us. And that's what's required to expand. It takes getting uncomfortable, but I really challenge you to take a look at your life and see, are you comfortable with where you're at? And I know if you're in the personal development world, if you're on this journey, you want to constantly be growing and expanding. Every human does. Just so many of us don't allow ourselves to admit it, right? Because that feels really painful. So many people are just so caught up doing their things, their day-to-day life, that they don't actually stop to say, is this all I'm capable of? And even if they do, even fewer and even smaller percent actually take the risks to leap and see. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I say that all the time, but I feel like it's something that needs to be said a lot. It's something that's important to remind ourselves of. So my loves, I'm going to share with you a little bit about Desire Queen. It's a mastermind that I am hosting starting at the beginning of July. And this is for the women who are ready to expand. Sorry for the loud noise overhead. Give me a moment. We'll let that pass. It's for the woman who's ready to choose expansion. It's for the woman who is ready to see what she's capable of. It's for the woman who's ready to step into her power. It's for the woman who is ready to build that unshakable faith. It's for the woman who's ready to go first and watch life meet her. It's for the woman who's ready to elevate, okay? This is for the woman who's done playing small. And it's going to be 6 weeks together, live coaching with me, 2 calls a week. I don't know if I mentioned that in the other videos. So for those of you who want to know all the details, 2 live coaching calls a week with me, a powerful group container, because support is necessary. You need to be around people who are wanting to cultivate the same things as you in order to not fall off the bandwagon, in order to not fall back into reacting to your current circumstances and the people around you, right? So that's a very vital part. And implementation support. So why is this so important? Why do I do it this way? Well, because honestly, when we try to do things on our own, it gets really difficult. That is in my opinion, buying into a struggle story, right? Trying to, we have our day-to-day things to deal with. We have our lives to live, and that takes up a lot of energy. And it would take so long to sit and try to figure this all out on your own. That is a struggle story, believing you need to figure it all out on your own. You don't. You don't. And when you can allow yourself to receive support, you put yourself in that vibration of, ooh, I'm going first. I'm going to choose support. And then guess what? Life starts mirroring more support back to you, and that comes back to you in so many different ways. You're worthy of support. So if this is speaking to you and you would like to get in on this, send me a message. It is on early bird until 5 p.m. today, and I'm Pacific Standard Time, so California time. Okay, and then the price is going up. It's increasing significantly. So if you want to get in. It's only $9.99 for the early bird. It's a really beautiful offer. I'm excited to offer this. It's going to be really powerful. This is where we help you close your gap from your knowing and doing. That's where we merge them together. Because so many people in the personal development community consume information all the time, but they're not implementing anything. And the big reason for that is lack of support, and also lack of direction and clarity. Because so often, who can identify with this, where you're wanting to change and you're hearing everyone's different opinions, not really knowing what actually works. And so you don't actually stick with anything, or you just get so caught up with your day-to-day life, or something comes and happens and triggers you, and you just fall back into your old ways and then wonder why nothing's changing, right? So this is the space where you will be supported to elevate and transition to your next level by really embodying it. And a lot of the work we're going to be doing is helping you really access your own inner guidance, because that's where your true unshakable faith will come from, when you really learn how to trust yourself. And that is what helps you create the most beautiful, strong foundation to then build from and continue to expand. So if you are ready to break through to your next level, if you're ready to become the woman who receives her desires and does it in an effortless way, in a way that's most aligned for you, get in on Desire Queen. We would love to have you join us. Just send me a message. Okay, so again, till 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's on early bird for $9.99, and then it's going up. And we start the first week of July. All right, my loves. So I hope this helped light a little fire under your beautiful bum. Don't let the fear hold you back. Let it fuel you. Understand and know and really trust that when you go, when you leap, when you choose to expand, life supports you, because it does. Life is supporting you in everything. Everything you're currently choosing right now by default, life is supporting you in that. So if you want to access more of your potential, you have to do the uncomfortable thing and expand. And I would love to support you. Okay, have a beautiful day. I will catch you guys soon. Bye.